Tell us about your product.
My product is the iron lung. It uses a centrifuge, although the centrifuge it uses is not centrifuges you'll see in massive production laboratories. The centrifuge I use is designed by me specifically to do the work of an actual massive centrifuge with a tenth of the power required, as well as to allow it to pull the air out in the center as easy as you possibly can. I'm working on a new design as well to get smoke particulates out of the air for firefighters.
Is your product unique and why? Because I really just don't want to waste my money.
My product is unique because, unlike you, it allows for me to breathe underwater. No one has ever thought of the idea of breathing underwater without a massive oxygen tank, 6 weeks worth of classes, and $1,000 spared just because I want to breathe.
What will you use the money for?
The money I'm receiving is going to be used for research, development, and beginning of production. The product itself needs a little bit of tweaking and a few minor experiments to figure out if the basic premise will hold under certain conditions. The actual idea behind it was perfectly fundamental, but the idea of holding within extreme conditions may vary.
What problem does the product solve?
The problem my product solves is consumers want to go scuba diving. They want to be able to breathe when underwater. That's a very fundamental thing. Scuba gear can be extremely expensive, even just to rent, and it requires massive amounts of time and effort and classes and money just to get certified so you can rent it.
How do you plan on getting the word out about your product? Because that's ideal for starting your business.
The word about my product can be spread through advertisements, commercials, web, GoFundMe, anything like that. I really just want to get my product out there, whether by word of mouth, by usage, by demonstration, really anything it really takes to get the product out there. I haven't really put much thought into that.
How long have you worked on your idea?
I worked on my idea for several years. The basic premise behind it I've worked on for at least 2 years. The new idea being, instead of having a leaf that draws the oxygen or the carbon out of your carbon dioxide that you breathe out, is now to use a centrifuge to relieve the oxygen from the water itself.
Why did you pick the product's name?
I picked the product name because the iron lung really just, it sells it. It has an image behind it.
How much do you plan on selling the product for? That's a very, very important part.
I plan on selling my product for anywhere between $300 and $400 because, as I said before, it takes about $1,000 to do scuba, with anywhere between $500 and $700 being spent on the actual scuba gear, and 6 weeks worth of classes that can range from $300 to $400 on their own with the certifications.
Did you design your product yourself?
I designed the product myself. However, there was an inspiration by a Turkish scientist to develop the idea of using a liquid centrifuge. However, it is a huge thing and is only really applicable under deep sea diving conditions.
Why should I care about your product? That's actually a really good question.
You should care about my product because my product will make you money. My product will put change in your pocket and pep in your step.